Hey everyone, welcome to West Coast Wednesdays. Every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Actually, I should change that. It's not every Wednesday, it's every first Wednesday of the month. Okay, so we used to do every Wednesday of 2021, and in 2022, we're doing every first Wednesday of the month. Today, we're going to be talking about how to start your session and how to save some time. And there's a lot of confusion on, does it really save time to have templates or not? A lot of producers out there love to start from scratch. However, when you really get down to the nitty gritty of it, I think that some of the returns are pretty consistently there and you get to know your workflow. I would suggest, based on the style of music that you guys produce, you guys might want to have some template per style of music, because each style of music is going to have specific types of delays, reverbs, chorus on certain instruments, compressions, limiters, side chains. And if you use that across the board, it's going to kind of start sounding generic and not as authentic as you might want. So what I'm going to do today is get into a session here. So if you guys like what you see in this session, go check it out. There's a link below and you guys can actually download this. I believe there's a discount code when you get there. And you also support the SF Garnish live streaming when you use that link. So thanks for doing that. So this is a session that was created by TJ Lawton. And this template was created so that it's easy to jump into music and get things going on, okay? Now, we're in session view here, and I have this brought up over on this side. I actually have not touched this other than this one specific thing. I saw the hi-hat didn't have an instrument, so I dragged this hi-hat down here. Okay, so there's a couple different little setups. Now, the first thing that I liked about this was that all of the different effects was not engaged, and then you can turn them on if you want them or need them. One thing that I really liked as well is that this hi-hat had the panning easily set up here. Pitch and detune was just kind of bold and big. Your gain structures. Often, sometimes I might bring in a utility to have that panning and gain, and instead of having to just drag and drop or bring in different racks, it's already right there in place for me. I often start off with drums if I'm just going from scratch like this. Having a nice BPM or an idea is helpful. Maybe something to actually grab from. Today, I'm just going to go from complete scratch. I'm not going to actually listen to anything. And I'm not saying that there's a specific best way of going about starting a song. There's so many different ways, starting with lyrics, starting with melody, starting with beat, starting with the chords. But for today, we're going to be focusing on template and does this template serve me? Like I said, this is actually a template that I have never worked with before, and we're going to start walking through this live on how easy it is to create with it. One thing that I might want to try out, the template right here, I don't quite see what this is, so I'm going to go ahead and drag out all of the returns and just kind of look at, he has a short reverb, a long reverb, a stereo reverb, delay, flange, compression, and a saturation. So those are our A, B, C, D, E, F, G return sends. Sounds pretty in depth, and I like that so far. All right, he also has a riser here. Let's just kind of check out this riser. And to check out anything, I'm going to go ahead and engage the button here. And you guys don't need to see my face this whole time, so let's just go ahead and take me out of this a little bit. All right, so you guys can see that right down here, I just engaged this record button so that I can check out this riser. All right, it looks like everything is kind of like drop your instrument here. So he has some stuff here. What I often do with risers is I bring in an operator and I create the riser myself. Let's just see if we can do that with his easily. So coming in over here, just basic operator. Let's drop the instrument here. Our riser should probably be in a white noise. So we'll change this to white noise. Okay. It looks like I'm going to be doing everything that I normally do with this. I'm going to go ahead and create this track here and bring in a riser. Make it a 4-bar riser. Maybe I'll bring it down a little bit so it's not on my very top of my session view. And one thing that I noticed is that the riser doesn't quite have the... Okay, mixing rack. There we go. This is probably what is... All right. No, there it is. That's what the riser needs. So here... So quiet. There we go. Let's get some. We'll probably start it around there. And we'll type in right click, show automation. I'm going to go shift tab. It's the easy way to kind of bring this side over. And we have the high cut starting at 1K, and we'll bring that up to about 6 or 7K at the end of the day here. And now let's play that. And now take off loop, and maybe we can put some effects on it. Let's get this view all the way over there. I have a push 2 in front of me, so that is how I'm going to engage this. All right. A couple different things. All right, so we got a little bit of a riser there. And what's kind of nice is that within this riser, we have, I'm going to go ahead and press Command 0 so we can start this riser whenever we want to. And we have these different kind of customizations we can do over here. Let's see what it's... That's kind of cool to have the bottom one moving with it. Okay, I'll try and do that a little bit as well. Low cut. Dun, dun, dun. Goes up to about there. Let's try that out. All right, so we got a nice little movement there. You can see what automations we've done with that. Oh, I don't know why that went to black, guys, but you're back on the screen here. Okay, so something else that I want to make sure that we do here is get a good beat going on. I often don't start with a riser, but just to check out where we are with this, let's go ahead and just see some of these synths. What is it sounding like? All right. All right, this is not playing at all. Let's just go ahead and get over to synth here. All right. This is one thing that if you have a really complex start, you know, it might be hard to find out where everything is, but we're going to engage. Okay, so once again, this synth has this mixing rack and compression and utility limiter sidechain, but you need to drop in the instrument again. Okay, so let's just go ahead and find one of the synths that we like. Go to instrument. All right, what type of synth keys. How about? Let's throw this in here. All right, you don't want to be thrown. There we go. That was taking some time. Just so you guys know, yesterday I was just typing and my computer turned off on me while I was typing, as if it was like going to sleep. I think it overheated. If that happened today, probably the live stream would stop. Just want to give you guys a heads up on that. So we have an instrument here. I noticed that the volume isn't at nominal, so that's something that I would like probably, and I'll probably get the compression on. Where's our compression? There we go. We can turn this compression on now. It's nice to see this 8 EQ rack and the visibility of that. I do like to move these around, and when they're mapped over here, right, it makes it to where, yeah, it's interesting too that he had it to where you can only cut. So, and I can only cut detect mud. It only goes to 250. Like, you know, what I would probably, let's say, I'll just bring in an EQ, basic EQ. And something that I would probably prefer is, let's go ahead and drop this in. So with this EQ that I dropped in, this is one that I customized, is I have this low and high cut, and essentially it allows me to not be limited, you know, by the mapping. So that overall mapping, I know it might be a good learning tool to say like, cut out the mud, and it stops you at 250. But yeah, I guess I might have to just learn his tool. I like to be able to just move this around, right? And then find that area, which it's about around there. Nice kind of, so those changes I was just doing in the suitcase, that was just essentially just the instrument alone. Anyway, okay, so we have that instrument there. Let's go ahead and get into our bass, because we're going to probably use that pretty quickly. And I'll decrease that. Bass sub. All right, we got that there. Let's go into percussion and make sure we got some cymbals that we like. I'm guessing drag sample here. Okay, let's just go ahead and type in cymbal. Now, if you don't see cymbal pop up, I'd go to all results to make sure that we have these options here. Pretty cool. I'll just put a crash in for now. Something a little simple. And let's go and change our recording here. What I do is I press Command and then press the new button here. So that kind of brings it over. In your setup of Ableton, you can change that setting to respond differently. I'm noticing that all the gains are down a little bit. Just going to bring it up a little bit so to hear it. And the volume is also down to -12. So once again, his mud detection and low cutoff. Definitely would want to cut off the lows of a cymbal, not the highs. Add drive. Kind of cool. That spread that just happened was really cool with that cymbal. Add drive. I like this rack that he just created. Let's go ahead and look inside this. So if you want to open this up, you just go ahead and click inside and you can kind of see what he's done with this. Probably put some reverb on. Pretty long. Probably not delay. Probably not that. All right, so we got our cymbal there. We got a ride, hi-hat, kick, snare. So this is essentially where we're going to be kind of building out a beat, and it looks like we got to pretty much bring in instruments each time, or maybe not this one. Rise rate. Where's it? Yep, snare. Let's go ahead and just put in all of our instruments. So I do like the customization that he has here. Okay, let's go ahead and just drop that larger snare. And on that one. And right away, I'll just double click up here and go Command Tab and put that on the offbeat. All right. Unfold that. There we go. Changing the BPM to 92, something I kind of want to get a groove in. And we'll probably want to get a clap on that same beat and maybe just move it a tad bit off, kind of backbeat that. And it's probably get a clap that we don't actually have yet. So let's get that clap. It's nice to have a bunch of samples. There we go. Let's try that out. And let's say they had some cool panning. Yeah. All right, so we got our kick in here, drop sample, kick. Clonk. I like the name of that one. Let's just do our clonk, and this one we're going to probably put on the 1, 1, 2, and let's try that. All right. And let's go back to our hi-hat. I am liking how simple it is here. There's also 2 hi-hats. Now in repeat mode, using the hi-hat, you can then dance that around. All right. Just notice that this detuning can also help. Or even automate that a little bit. All right. So we're getting a little bit of beat here. Feel-wise, we haven't really got into feel on that, but let's just keep on going through these instruments that are inside this rack. Once again, this is a template created by TJ Lawton. And if you guys want it, go ahead and click the link. Check this bass out for a little while. Let's go ahead and play along with this. Let's go ahead and see what the heck's happening here. It actually created a very quick sample. I'm going to go ahead and put this click on so we can all hear it. Wood click, 1 bar in count. And let's go back to 9. Yeah. There we go. Ending part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do a 4-bar phrase. Okay, that's kind of cool, the filter that he has here, and that will work here. I like the detuning possibility here. They don't have the detuning on this instrument rack, but maybe I could just borrow that from something else that had the detuning option. I think it was on the drum detune option. Anyway, let's just try that out here. Let's go ahead and play this. I want a little bit more volume on this. See, low cut. Clean it up a little bit there. No detect mud. Cool. Let's try that out. Yeah. Realistically, I think I'm just going to play it like a piano or something. So let's go ahead and just put a piano in there. Piano, let's go to instrument and piano. Let's try that one out. Go ahead and delete that and go ahead and put our new instrument in here. And let's try this. So something else that you want to probably do is make sure that you're not in quantize record on. So that's actually totally affecting the feel of what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and just delete that last one and try that one more time. Beat because I did that quantize none. All right, we can just pretty much put that riser in when we want to. Riser end on the clap. So what I'd probably want to do is bring this and where the snare comes in. cool thing about the push 2 is that you can just press duplicate scene and it brings that down. Anything you like again, just go ahead and duplicate the scene. Alright, so we have got a bunch of cool things here. Let's see, this shaker. I do like how, I think my favorite thing right here is this little guy he's created right here in the rack. Been really enjoying that. Let's go ahead and put the shaker in here and just take a little jaunt around shakers that we might like. And let's record in that one. This I would just kind of make a double the loop size, pressing double over here, and I'm just going to put it on the snare hit. There's that note that I like. Let's go ahead and play that. Another example of it just needing to be even more sparse. So I'm going to go ahead and press double loop and take this first one out. So that comes in. And the same thing with actually some of these parts, right? duplicated the shaker going down. Sorry guys, went to black screen again. Okay, so we have something kind of coming out of this. Now in session view, I can kind of start going through the different areas of it. One thing that I might like is just to see what's possible with, so it has a lot of like atmosphere, tape hiss. Interesting drop audio effect here. So I'm not sure why tape hiss is here, because it's just an idea maybe, but there's no effects in here. Atmosphere, maybe it's just suggesting a riser and a fall, and then these different effects, group effects that you could possibly bring in. An audio bus. All right, so, and then we have the side chain here of an operator on its own. Just see what that's like. Sends only. This is only to the sends. Let's see, well, what is this doing? Okay, maybe if I turn on some of the sends, we can hear some of it. There we go. That's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and put that on a little bit. I'm just going to turn off all recorded channels, clean this up a little bit. Take off all of my sends, and let's go ahead and just play through some of these scenes that we've created. Liking the attack. So kind of nice to be able to pull that back easily. All right. Cool. So what we have here is and a song kind of coming to fruition. I do like some of the templates here and the easy dropping in of samples. And then I really like, I haven't seen this specific rack before. This redux overdrive and this effects noise reduct. It's actually pretty big rack. It has quite a bit inside of it, right? Interesting. So you can always just open these up to kind of see what's inside, learn a bunch from this. One thing that I would like maybe to see is just a drum bus on the drums, or maybe the drum all channel. Is there a drum all channel? G drums. There you go. And how's this looking? Do we have a drum bus on this channel? Drum bus. Here it is right here. So that is there, and you got to turn that on. Let's go ahead and just see how that's sounding. Let's see here. center so we don't get any phasing issues. But like I said, I wish they had a drum bus on the main, and it actually is there. So what's on the master channel? All right, it looks like he has quite a bit. Let's go ahead and turn this on and see what it sounds like. Kind of see this essentially, you know, where your mix is and where it's heavy. So this kind of that lower right here, it's kind of jumping up quite a bit. So this is kind of nice if you had like a live show and you wanted to kind of do some easy dropouts. Right, make it more. And I think that having these in here is cool. I don't think that having to where it cuts out all the sound though. I would like to know more about why he put all these in here. So how about this, TJ Lawton? Why don't you do a little walkthrough of why you put in so many different frequency cuts? Right? Yeah, it seems a little bit indulgent to have all these on here. I do like the ability just to kind of, for certain, maybe certain songs, you might want to cut out certain frequencies, and that's why it's there, and bring it back in again, big. So that's good. I think what's great is that you're utilizing everything within Ableton, so the CPU usage is down to have so many things in your session. If we went in and saw what's using the most CPU usage, it's like the synth right now, but everything's pretty low, right? We're pretty heavy on processing, and it's, you know, hovering around 24%. You guys can see that up in the upper right hand corner. There is some limiting that might need to be put on this master chain. That might be something that we could, you know, have in the future. Is just a limiter at the very end. It's very soft. Let's see, effect limiter, just like at the very end, just to do something that will stop it from peaking. Right, a negative, just a ceiling of negative 0.3. And yeah, I'm liking that. So this is something that easily we can start getting some singing over the top of. Curious what this other bass is looking like here. It's just an empty bass, so you can essentially put your own sound in. I have a nice hip-hop bass that I've customized. Let's just go ahead and put it in right here. And a simple way to double this up is to copy this over. Interesting. This is way too high of an octave. I'm going to select all and press shift down. Change all those up. So it's kind of sound like a track. It is cool that we were able to check out some of the sounds here and utilize our own library in the box of what I personally wanted, and then also kind of check out the presets that were already in place. Specifically, going in here and just turning on this mixing rack. My preference would be to not have so many parameters of cutting off just to the 250, but maybe it's something that might actually suffice some folks to like stay within the box and learn, just to cut out some of the mud of certain things. But that said, I might want to just do an EQ and have it more open, just less parameters up front. The drum bus on the main drums was great. The preset reverbs, A short and the B long, was super fun, especially on that, throwing it on the high shaker and letting it ring out, or instruments that I wanted to ring out. And then it was pretty easy to bring in this riser. Essentially all of these, the fall and the riser, it's like you have to kind of create your own from it. And it's just like maybe a reminder maybe of like what to put in here, what type of atmosphere, what type of tape hiss do you want, right? So if I wanted tape hiss, maybe I'll just go into all and just kind of figure that out. And do I actually just plug that in, or do I actually have like this tape hiss mode that I just drop in here? So let's just try this out for a sec. Very quiet. Oh, it's also on auto. All right. So that was great. Let's go ahead and get out of that. External in. Yeah. So if we just wanted some tape hiss. I might just want to put it in the one that breaks down as well. Like how much of that? It's nice to have some maybe processing on that. There we go. All right, I hope you guys enjoy what you've seen here. My name is Justin Ancheta with SF Garnish Music Production, and today we walked through doing some stuff with a template. If you guys like what you saw with this specific template by TJ Lawton, you can go ahead and click the link below and grab one for a discount. I think it's like 18 euros or something, super cheap. Not quite sure on the pricing. But once again, it's this template that has some really cool things you can learn from in regard to your reverbs, your sends already preset. There's actually 7 sends, and then atmosphere created on the backside here of your effects processing. We didn't quite get into that. And all of your instrumentation with pitch shift and your utilities and panning in a really nice, clear format. So good job for creating this little template. I learned a little bit myself around what I might like, and specifically creating a template. I do have some templates that I'm about to release as well. So if you guys want to take a look at that, please email sf@garnishmusicproduction.com. We also have courses year-round in mixing and mastering, sound design. Our producer program is 120 hours. Our academy is 360 plus hours with studio time at our boutique studio in North Oakland. We have online classes at the Garnish Central and beyond, 8 locations worldwide. Come check it out. Our short courses in Ableton, Logic, Pro Tools, our sound design, and so forth. Beat making, you name it. Check it out. We'll see you again in the near future. My name's Justin with SF Garnish Music. Email us, sf@garnishmusicproduction.com. And our number is 510-463-GROW. Take care.